Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. It is the 13th day of summer today, a little under halfway through the month, and it's time for our second bazaar of the season. I had a lot of stuff to process, and I did the vast majority of it last night, so I did a lot of cooking. I went ahead and made some omelets because I still have some oil that I need to use up. I used up some of my turnips and my cucumbers. I made some mixed salads. I processed some of my summer tea leaves. I've brought along my radishes. I'm also trying to clear out my storage a little bit here, so I'm gonna bring my big stacks of material stone and lumber because I don't really need them for anything. I have a few bugs that I'm gonna bring to wrap up, and then surprisingly I only have 2 bags worth of grass seeds, and the one bag only has 20 seeds in it. So I've actually started to process a few more of those, and hopefully they'll be ready for me another time. But there's not really a whole lot else in here that I want to bring along. I will probably stop at one of my windmills because I do believe that I have a necklace that we can bring and maybe some more yarn. This is also the very first day for me that my tomatoes have come in. And I did a little bit of an experiment here where I watered one half of my field of tomatoes twice a day, and I did one half only once a day in hopes that I can put a little bit of extra fertilizer on it, and I can possibly get myself more than 1-star tomatoes. I don't actually know what these sell for. Maybe it's worth bringing a few of these along, turning some of the other ones into tomato salad and seeing what these will sell for. I'm hoping that the other half of my field will maybe increase in quality a little bit if I have longer to put more fertilizer on. But it's nice to see that we finally have some stuff growing in that's not just radishes. I'm gonna worry about watering later on, of course. I just simply don't have the time today. You can see that all of my corn currently is at the exact same stage of growth. As a matter of fact, it looks like I also have some radishes ready to go, as well as some tea leaves. I actually have quite a few things that have come in today. We only managed to get one harvest of spring tea leaves at the very, very end of spring, but we've managed to get a very consistent number of summer tea leaves, which has been very, very nice. And let's see, I'm gonna leave 6 of these behind so that I can make them into seeds. And it's already time for us to start the bazaar, so we might as well head on over there. I also completely keep forgetting that I have a bunch of stuff in this windmill that I've made with the purpose of selling it, so I might as well grab some of this stuff now. But it hasn't been that big of a deal that I've left it in the windmill because the freshness hasn't gone down, and in the summertime all of your freshness is going to decrease much, much faster. So it's actually been fine. This has been just a nice little area to keep some of these items. But I do want to keep that space free so that I can make myself higher quality fertilizer. I don't actually know if I have any room left, but if I do, we still have 2 more necklaces. Doesn't actually look like I have space, which is a bit of a shame. I can fix that though by equipping a tool, which is a little bit of a trick to save a little bit of space just when you need that one extra spot. And the wool will have to wait. I'll have to come back for it and sell it another time. And then we have 1 more necklace for our next bazaar. And I'm actually missing bronze of all things in order to create necklaces right now, which is the least rare ore that exists and the easiest to get your hands on. So I think we've got lots of great options here, and we've got a lot of food that's actually worth quite a bit of money. All of the soup is worth over $1,000. We've got some salad that's worth quite a bit, our omelets, our pudding. The fruit yogurt that we got for placing in our last bazaar is worth over $2,000. Processing our tea leaves, they end up being worth almost $1,400 each at 4 stars, which is really, really impressive, seeing as how we're gonna get a couple of tea leaves every couple of days. So now it's kind of just a matter of what to start with. So I go ahead and put out a few things. I will put out maybe just 1 bag of seeds, because I only have 2 bags worth. And we'll maybe just get rid of our smaller stacks of materials. And we'll see how we do and how fast it takes us to sell out of everything today. And right off the bat, we've got the double price lady strolling along. She's gonna give us over $4,000 for our fruit yogurt instead of 2. Which I am definitely okay with. We've already managed to make quite a few holes here, so let's go ahead and stock up. And I completely forgot to make tomato salads, didn't I? That was one of the things that I was gonna do before we left the house, and I forgot. So that's my mistake. So I'll probably at this point just save my tomatoes, because I'm pretty sure that I can get them to sell for more money by cooking them. I also have to do a little bit of playing around to see if the seeds are going to be worth more than the crop is on its own. And then hopefully by the time the next bazaar rolls around, we will have another harvest of those ready to go. Just too many trains of thought, too many places to go, and so much inventory management. I think I said that I was going to do that, and then I looked at the time, realized I kind of had to go, and was more concerned about stopping in at my windmills to check up on those before I left. Which is very classic me, getting distracted. Losing my train of thought completely. And we seem to be doing okay today. This seems to be a pretty slow sales day. We are getting rid of stuff, but we don't actually have a ton of people stopping by to talk to us. And the sales are kind of just slowly trickling in. It probably doesn't help that I keep, having these big holes. in my counter space, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some more stuff out. And one of the things I noticed for this time around is that the radish prices seemed to have adjusted themselves. And again, I could not tell you why they get funky and out of sort, but it might have to do with the number that I have in my pocket or the quality level. I'm not too sure, but these prices currently are more accurate, so I went ahead and just brought all of the radishes that I had, and I'm not selling them for an absolutely insane markup. Also, thank you, Grandpa. He's gonna come by and snatch up all of our grass seeds, which is awesome. $48,000 in one fell swoop. That's the kind of luck that we needed. That's the kind of break I was sort of looking for, because we still need to sell quite a bit of goods in order to be able to make our sales goal. Now I do still have quite a few items. I still have some more radishes that I can sell. I still have soup, which is worth quite a bit. I've got salads, and I also have some more seeds, as well as my necklace, so I should be able to do it. I'm not too worried about it. It also is pretty early. It's 1 o'clock. This lady's coming by again. Unfortunately, she didn't pick a really expensive item to pay double on this time, but that's alright. We just broke 100,000. So if we can sell 50k more, we should be golden, and the necklace that I have is almost 50k on its own. Now if more people would come by instead of just one at a time, that would be great. Although the breaks in traffic isn't exactly the worst thing in the world either, because it lets me put out more stock without interrupting people who are here to buy stuff. And all things considered, even though it's been a bit of a slow day, we're getting some pretty great customers, because we've had Grandpa and we've had the lady who pays double for an item come by 3 times. 3 times during one Bazaar day is way more than I think I've ever seen. And now that Dirk and Antoinette are here, maybe we'll get a little bit more of our socializing in here, and then that will secure our Best Customer Service award. I suppose at this point I should also just put my necklace out. So probably not going to end up being in our top 3 or top 4 in terms of our best sales days, but I think we'll still do alright. Still feels great to get rid of stuff, still feels great to cook and to just have a nice high quality stand with lots and lots of great stuff to offer. Almost at 190,000 now, so if we can just sell $10,000 more, which really shouldn't be that much of an issue, then I don't think there's going to be any problems with getting first. Now, do I give Antoinette the food? I mean, I think even if I told her no, we would still be able to get both awards. So I'm going to be mean today and not give it to her. I only lose about 5 points, I think, by just not straight up telling her she can't have it. Now, it probably means Antoinette is not going to come back and shop, So we might have lost some potential sales from her. I stand corrected. It's actually surprising. Usually if you tick off the NPCs, they don't bother to come back, but Lloyd is down and to the right. Alright. Ooh, got a big burst of customers there, which was nice. We just surpassed the 200,000 mark. So everything from this point on is just nice, sort of extra bonus income. We want to get rid of anything that we have left, and what we have out is pretty much all that we have. I guess I could put this beetle out because I didn't mean to bring this one with me, just for the heck of it. Really gotta make some more grass seeds because I don't have any seeds to fall back on. And if I don't manage to secure myself some bronze ore, I'm also going to run out of jewelry. Not next bazaar, but the bazaar after that. So potentially by the end of summer, I could kind of run into a bit of a problem where I have seeds and jewelry and those more expensive items to sort of fall back on. But since I know that now, I can hopefully prepare for that and avoid that the best that I can. Very surprised it's taken this long to get rid of all of my soup. Hopefully this is the last of it. Yes, perfect. So we only have 15 pieces of material stone left. Not really sure it's worth it to stick around, but we do only have an hour left anyways. And it looks like they're gonna get cleared out pretty quickly here. And that only took me about 10 minutes to actually sell. We had one person after the other just all getting in line to buy all of my material stone. And we are done early, which doesn't happen very often. We usually sell right up until 6 o'clock, so 234,000 at the end of the day, which is not too shabby. I can't complain about that. That's a very decent sales day. And this will also be, I think, the very first bazaar since we started playing that I don't have plans to purchase anything. Except for wrapping paper. I'm gonna wrap up all the gifts that I brought because I brought beetles to wrap up, I brought frogs, and I brought butterflies. I gotta keep wrapping up gifts for Antoinette and Freya so that we can get them to a red heart. But aside from wrapping paper, there's really nothing I want to buy. I don't need tree seeds right now. I don't need crop seeds because I have all of that already started. I thought about maybe getting another pet, but I didn't do it this time around. If I was gonna get another pet, I would get another dog, seeing as how I already have 2 cats at the moment. I'm pretty happy with the amount of animals that I have at the moment. There wasn't anything special in terms of food that I wanted either. There's nothing here that's really speaking to me. So aside from spending maybe $1,000 on some wrapping paper, there is nothing that I'm gonna walk away with today. If I wanted to, I probably could have bought some copper from Lloyd because it's fairly cheap. $1,400 is not a lot of money, but considering that I've already purchased some silver and some gold, I wouldn't want to buy the copper because at that point, would I really be making much of a profit on my necklaces? Plus, copper is the most common ore that there is, and it's usually pretty easy to find. The only problem is I just haven't been coming up with a lot of ore stones. You seem to get a huge collection of them in the winter time. They're very, very easy to find in the winter, which is why I had such a huge collection of gems. And if all else fails, and I'm not able to find the ores that I need, I do still have a pretty respectable amount of gems sitting in my inventory here. It's definitely shrunk down, but we still have some amethysts and some emeralds that we can sell. So we will come and collect our prize, since I'm gonna just take an educated guess here and say that we managed to win first this time around. We get our Bazaar results, and then that will be it. So Lloyd had almost 180,000 for second, and we have 234 for first place. So at least at this level, the gaps don't seem so enormous. I don't seem like I'm winning by an absolute landslide. Feels a little bit more fair. And despite upsetting Antoinette once, we still got our customer service award. And hopefully we will get ourselves another one of those fruit yogurts. I will take it. It's worth over $2 grand. That's just free money. Some of you are worried. We've just got to keep at it. I don't think anybody is worried, really. Except for you, Felix. Alright. This is another week of next to nothing going on. We do have a festival tomorrow to go to, which is kind of a nice way to break up this week, because otherwise there would be nothing in between the two bazaars. There's not even any birthdays, which is a little bit unusual because I find in this game there tends to be a birthday a week, and if there's not a birthday, there's a festival at the very least. So if we weren't able to participate in this festival this year, then I think we would be pretty damn bored. But fortunately, we will be able to go and see that tomorrow. I think in the first year, it's the cow festival because it rotates every year, and we weren't actually able to attend. So we are getting a few extra things to do in year 2, which is really, really nice. And hopefully by the next time we do a bazaar video, our corn will have come in, our pumpkins will have come in, our pineapples by the end of this week, beginning of next week, should sort of be close to coming in. It'll probably still be at the very end of the month. I'm going to continue to grow things in my basement, and I have also still been working pretty hard on playing with the pets and training my horse and whatnot. So not a lot of deviation from my routine or some of the things that I talked about in our last video, but summer does seem to be going by a lot more quickly this year, which is quite nice. So I will be back tomorrow so that we can watch and participate in the chicken festival, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.